Hey folks, I am very excited to be able to talk to you today about what trajectory is all about. I believe I've had, 14 or 15 different people ask me, Ryan, what is this? I've gone on there, I've liked the page, I don't even see anything on there yet. You're gonna have to tell me what this is all about, which is kind of scary. I mean, you guys have liked something, you haven't even seen anything yet. Let me give you just a heads up on what this is. I've got a ton of friends who have hobbies all over the place. They may play golf and they spend a ton of time playing golf and they're getting good at it. Some of them aren't so good at it. They're breaking their clubs, bending their clubs, even saying things they ought not to say on the golf course. But here's the thing: that's their hobby and they enjoy doing that. Some of them fish, some of them hunt. We even have a new archery team at our church, which is so very exciting. Some of them love to shoot their bows, and it's just a hobby they have. And they spend time doing this. They buy, they spend, they invest. It's something that they love. Guys and gals alike, hobbies galore. Well, folks, this is going to be my hobby. This is going to be, it's always been, something that I've enjoyed reading and studying and getting up on encouragement, encouraging others. And this is going to be my hobby. And look here, here's one of the best things about it. I get to work with my daughter. A lot of dads with sons and stuff, they kind of focus on doing things with their boys and things and just chalk it up to being a man. But here's a chance I have to work with my daughter who's going to handle kind of the social media aspect of this. We're just getting started, just regular old people just getting started. So we have an opportunity. She's going to take care of all that because I don't have a clue. And so she's going to, while she's putting this on Facebook and helping me to respond to some of the people that may respond to the videos, then I'm going to have an opportunity to spend time with her. So that's going to be awesome. Just a little heads up. What is trajectory and why? I can tell you this, folks, where I am today, which I think is very, very blessed, man. Not always financially. God has blessed us financially, but we're not filthy rich. We are very happy people, and we continue to serve the Lord in our church. A little bit more about that in a little while, but I will say this. We're blessed. And so then what I want to be able to do in return is tell others about that journey to blessing and all that's happened, and not just the story of my life, but the story of so many other people's lives and what it has been that's got them to that point. Not just success, but contentment in where they are and contentment of where they're going and setting goals and all the different things that we're going to be able to talk about over the next few years. I will say this, and I'm going to bounce around a little bit because I'm going to try to keep this video under 15 minutes and subsequent videos under 10. But here's my thing. We're going to talk about a ton of different topics. We're going to have a good time doing it. People don't get where they are if they've become a success in life, if they've finally gotten to where they want to get, if they finally found that place, if they finally found what it is that God's given them and a God-given talent that they're working on, and they say, listen, this is finally where I'm supposed to be. Even if you're my age, which is middle age, and finally God puts you in the place that you're supposed to be, then what I want to do is I want to talk about those things. I want to encourage you. I want to be that person on the sidelines that's hollering your name when nobody else is. And we're going to learn about a lot of stuff. And you're going to help me do this. Over the course of these videos, I'll do one a week. I'm going to do one video a week, and we're going to talk about different things. I'm inside of an unfinished room in our basement, and there's a reason for that. The reason I'm in this unfinished room in the basement is because as we go along, we'll work a little bit in this room, making it an office for trajectory, a little bit along. It's a process, like your life is a process, and every little thing that you do changes that very thing. Another thing that I want to say is this: after every single video, I'm going to have questions that I'm going to place on Facebook, except for this one as an introductory video. But starting next week, we're going to do video. We're going to have questions underneath there just for you to self-reflect. You don't necessarily have to respond unless you just want to on the Facebook, but these are questions for you to kind of reflect on that video and to be able to kind of say, okay, where am I standing with this? What do I think about this? And we certainly want you to have a part of that. Here's the thing: trajectory. Trajectory is very, very simple. I've had moments in my life, and I've discussed this on another video for our church, but there have been moments in my life, moments that have been pivotal for me. And whether it's something that happened on a job, whether it's somebody that came up to me and encouraged me, helped me, or maybe even discouraged me at times, each of those moments had a pivotal a point in my life and put me and moved me in a certain direction and put me in a place, either good or bad. These are two pool balls right inside of another room in our basement. There's a pool table, and those pool balls are, they look like this. You guys have seen the tables, but here's the thing. When I hit one of these with one of the pool sticks, this is what happens. I'm always aiming toward one of the other balls. And so when I hit a cue ball and I hit it toward another ball, I'm hitting it at a certain point on that ball. And it's to get it to move in a certain direction. Now, here's the thing. Here's a person's life out here. And here you are. And you have an opportunity to affect the trajectory of their life. Now, you can affect it in a negative way. And let's just say this direction over here is a negative way. You can affect it in a negative way. And so you've hit it and it begins to move off here. Somebody else can come in then and hit it this way. Somebody else can come in and hit it this way. And hopefully they don't have tons and tons of negative influence taking them in a certain direction. When I say trajectory, what I'm saying is this. I want this site, just this page on Facebook, to be a positive site in the sense that we move you in a positive direction, whether that is goal setting, whether that is discipline, whether it's any of those things, and help me along the way. I'm a regular guy like you regular gals and guys out there. Look, we're all in this together, but here's the thing. Discipline, goal setting, all of that kind of stuff matters. And it matters because we want to make sure your trajectory stays in a positive direction and gets you to where it is you need to go. And so that's what we mean by trajectory, that everything you say to somebody can affect the direction that they're going in their life. Everything you do with somebody or do to somebody or any of those things can affect the direction that their life is going. So it's very, very important that we're a positive influence on all of those things. We're moving in increments, folks. We're moving in small pieces at a time. And by trajectory, sometimes you have to hit that ball soft in pool. You hit that ball soft because you don't want it to flare off into one direction or the other. You just need it to move just a little bit. Or sometimes you have to hit that thing hard. You have to hit it hard, and you have to say, okay, this is something in my life that has to be done, and it has to be done right now. And I'm going to make sure that I break this addiction, or that I set this goal and I make it. I write these goals down and I get there and I do them. Again, we're not bringing this from any perspective of multimillionaire. We're bringing it from just regular people trying to encourage regular people. On a given week, I could be talking about teachers. I could be talking about preachers. I could be talking about schools. I could be talking about mothers or fathers, mechanics, airline pilots. You name it, it's up for grabs when it comes to what we may be talking about on a given week. And you may not be interested in what it is we're discussing that week. That's fine. But if you know somebody who might be, just send it to them. Just send them an encouragement and say, look, hopefully you're encouraged by this. And then find other places that you can encourage them online and do that. Instead of using, Facebook to be disgrace book, maybe we can use this for positive means. And again, this is my hobby. I'm looking forward to it. What I want you to do is you have a chance on Facebook, just respond and say, hey, I'd love for you to talk about this or to talk about that. I'd love for you to talk about teachers and what they have to go through. I'd love for you to talk about what's going on in your town and what's going on in families, what's going on in marriages, what's going on, whatever it may be. Guys, what we're going to do is we're going to encourage one another. Okay, that's what this site is about. You're welcome to respond. You're even welcome to be negative about what other things. Because hey, this is a phone. I'm videoing this on. We're going to place this on Facebook. Nothing fancy that we have here. Hopefully, over the years, we'll have an opportunity to write some booklets or things and get those to you. That'll be an awesome thing. Who knows? What I really like, about a year, maybe even a podcast, and we get to sit down with one another and talk about a ton of things and just hash this stuff out and help one another. I want you to know this is ground level. Everything you see rudimentary and just at the very beginning stages, and I'm excited about you watching the videos. I'm excited about you getting the discipline that you need in your own life, the encouragement you need in your own life. It's going to be good and it's going to be bad. I mean, there's just some things I told our Sunday school class not too long ago. I said, guys, there's good pain and there's bad pain. You're just going to have to choose which one it is you're going to do. The bad pain is you've done nothing with your life all of your life. All of a sudden you're sitting back sulking and upset because nothing's come of your life. Or you can say, my body's falling apart because I've not taken care of it. Well, okay. That's the bad pain. Good pain is when we say we're going to be disciplined and we're going to do what we have to do to make this work, or to make, to be successful, or to make sure our family works, make sure my marriage works, make sure this classroom works, make sure any of this works. That's going to be the tough pain now, but it's a good pain because it's a disciplined pain and it creates an incredible you. Folks, discipline creates an incredible you. Let me talk about what this site is not going to be, this page rather, is not going to be. Okay, I'm a born-again Christian. I'm a pastor of God's Word. I preach the Word of God, and I believe in heaven. I believe in hell. I am born again. I believe that the only way to heaven is Jesus Christ. Okay, this is not a preaching site. This is not a preaching site, though I am going to, and I make no apologies, I'm going to speak about the Lord. I'm going to talk about the Lord. I'm going to talk about His blessings in my own life and His blessings possibly in your life. I realize that believers and non-believers alike may be watching this page, but understand, don't be offended by the fact that I will talk about the Lord many times. I'm not, however, going to preach a sermon. Now, for those of you who are on either side who are upset with me by what I've just said, this is my hobby, okay? This is what I'm going to do. If you want to hear the full counsel of God in a sermon setting, then all you have to do is go on to our website at our church, and you can hear the whole counsel of God. I'm certainly not going to back down from that. If I'm asked about that on this page, I'm not going to back down from any of that. What I want to do here is I want to encourage people who are going through hard times, and sometimes I'm going to say, you know what, you need this or you need that. If you're offended by that, it's nothing I can do about it. I'm going to talk about the Lord. But the bottom line is this, folks. I'm not here to preach another sermon. I'm here to encourage and motivate you, okay? That's all I'm trying to do. That's all I'm trying to do, and this site hopefully will do this. Again, I'm very, you may disagree with me politically because I do side one side, you side another. That's not what this site is about. Not what this page is about. We're about encouraging other people. Now, in any setting or at any time that you want to hear the full counsel of God, then all you have to do is go to our church's website, many Bible-believing churches' websites, and hear the gospel. If you ask me on this page, Ryan, how can I be saved? How can I be born again? I'm going to be sure to tell you the answer to that. But again, we are going to make sure that the majority of what we do here is encouragement, just because Mariana and I, my daughter Mariana and I are going to put these things on there to encourage different facets of life, different things. We're going to talk, we do leadership, we'll do success stuff, we'll do discipline stuff, we'll do all sorts of things. We may even have just a good time talking to some folks that I really love, or talking about some folks that I really love, not in a bad way, but talking about some bad folks, talking about some good folks in a bad way and bad folks in a good way. Nah, we're going to tell their stories. Awful lot of neat people that I know, and an awful lot of people that I want to share with you. Here's the thing, guys. Here's an exciting time for us to just do something we enjoy. If everybody who has liked the page decides this is the dumbest stuff I've ever heard, then they don't have to watch those, because I'm hoping one day that grandkids and my kids and great-grandkids can look back at this stuff and learn something maybe from this, and I can leave a legacy that will be long-lasting. That's exactly what I want from all of this. But in the meantime, if I can touch you, if I can find some way to get in that head, some boy out there, some girl out there has been told they're worthless. Somebody's been told they can't be anything. Somebody's been told that they'll never be anything, that they don't have the brains to do it, they don't have the body size to do it, they don't have all of these things to do it. I want to be that encourager on the sidelines saying, you know what, let's try. Let's do what we can. Let's do what we can. And I'm going to tell you, folks, it's going to be work. Okay, I'm going to give you the good, I'm going to give you the bad, I'm going to give you the ugly, but it's going to be a good time together, okay? So that's what trajectory is. That's what trajectory is. Moving people in a direction, in a positive direction. Sometimes soft, sometimes hard. We're about to leave right now at 15-minute video, but listen, please send in what you'd like to have us talk about. We are going to have a video every single week with questions for your review based on success, based on leadership, based on families, based on marriage. God bless you. Bye-bye.